Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It's time for more October announcements. This time we have them from Arrow Video, and I think this is one of the best months that Arrow has had in the longest time. Now, I've just seen the titles, I've not went in and looked at the extras, and we're going to start with probably my least interesting film of these announcements, which is Spawn. Limited edition 4K UHD. From the producers of Blade and The Crow comes Spawn, a dark, action-packed supernatural thriller that redefined the comic book movie. Well, it did that with cutting-edge visual effects and a haunting origin story of vengeance, damnation, and redemption. Al Simmons is a top-tier Black Ops agent, ruthlessly efficient and fiercely loyal until he's double-crossed and executed by his commanding officer. But Simmons is resurrected by the devil and becomes Spawn, a demonic anti-hero with terrifying powers. Caught between Earth and the underworld, Spawn is determined to exact bloody revenge on Wynn and must choose to serve his new infernal masters or fight for salvation of his immortal soul. Based in Todd McFarlane's groundbreaking comic, Spawn is a visually explosive cult classic that blends horror, action, and gothic fantasy. For the first time in a fiery new 4K restoration that breathes new life into Hell's most iconic warrior. Okay then, this has 4K restorations of both the director's cut and the theatrical cut from the original camera negatives by Arrow, reversible sleeve, illustrated booklet, double-sided fold-out poster. The director's cut, again, it's 5.1 surround sound, it's Dolby Vision HDR10 compatible. We have a commentary with Todd McFarlane, Mark Deep, Clint Goldman, and Steve Williams. Hell's Perfect Son, a brand new interview with actor Michael Jai White. I'd be interested to see his thoughts on this movie because it was touted as being his big breakout role and it never quite happened. Spawn's support, brand new interview with actors Melinda Clark and D.B. Sweeney. The Devil's in the Details, a brand new interview with animatronic creature and special makeup effect artist Howard Berger and Greg Nicotero. The Devil's Music, new interview with music supervisor. Order Out of Chaos, brand new interview with the editor. Todd McFarlane chapter and verse, archival featurette from 1998 in which Spawn creator McFarlane reflects on how the film adaptation stacks up to his original comic book vision. The making of Spawn is an archival behind-the-scenes feature, preview of Todd McFarlane's Spawn animated movie, which I would check that out, scene-to-scene storyboard comparisons, Todd McFarlane sketches, and a Spawn concept and sketch gallery, and the disc 2 is the theatrical cut. Look, I saw Spawn when it came out, and it's one of those itches I get every now and again to revisit it. I don't need that in 4K. That's a streaming movie, if ever there was one. Not the biggest fan, but hey, it's on Blu-ray as well, if you want to pick this one up. Next up, we have 3 Extremes limited edition Blu-ray. A trio of ghostly tales of terror, each from a different country, from the anthology 3, initiated by acclaimed Hong Kong producer and director Peter Ho-Sun Chan. The film would provide highly influential in its innovative approach to pan-Asian horror and led to the shocking, compelling sequel, 3 Extremes. Dive into the ultimate omnibus of horror with both films lavishly restored and featuring a wealth of new extras. Korea master Kim Ji-woon opens 3 with Memories, where a husband and wife have no memory of how they fell apart, discover the terrifying truth behind their separation. In Thai filmmaker Nonzi Nimabutur, Tale of Guilt and Jealousy, The Wheel, a puppeteer faces his marionettes are possessed by the spirits of those he has wronged. And finally, in Peter Ho-Sun Chan's Going Home, a widowed police officer and his young son move into a new apartment and uncover the chilling secret behind their new neighbour and his seemingly comatose wife. 3 Extremes, unforgettable first story Dumplings, directed by Fruit Chan, sees an aging actor discover that dumplings she's been eating for their miraculous rejuvenating benefits contain an unsavoury secret. Next, in Korean legend Park Chan-wook's segment Cut, a wealthy filmmaker is caught in a twisted game where a vindictive actor takes his wife hostage. Finally, Japanese master Takashi Miike Box sees a novelist plagued by nightmares of her past as child circus performer with her long-lost twin sister, until she receives a mysterious invitation to return to the site of her old circus. Now, I have seen 3 Extremes. I don't think I have seen 3. It's a brand new 2K restoration of both films by Arrow Video. 5.1 surround sound, lossless stereo, English subtitles for both films, new commissioned artwork for both films, booklet, and double-sided poster. Disc 1-3 has Cross-Pollination Horror Part 1, a brand new interview with producer and Going Home director Peter Ho-Sun Chan, Recalling Memories, a brand new interview with Kim Ji-woon, Making Memories, a brand new interview with Memories cinematographer, Terror Without Borders, new edited interview with Peter Ho-Sun Chan, filmed in 2005, Between Life and Death, a newly edited interview with Going Home star Eugenia Huan, filmed in 2004. Peter Ho-Sun Chan, Cinema Without Borders, an archival interview. Kim Ji-woon, archival interview, making of featurette and theatrical trailer. Disc 2, which is 3 Extremes, audio commentary by Takashi Miike on his segment. Cross-Pollination Horror Part 2, the continuation of the new interview with Peter Ho-Sun Chan. Cooking Dumplings, brand new interview with director Fruit Chan. Something a Little More Beautiful, a brand new interview with Takashi Miike. Taste, Taboo and Truth, newly edited interview with Fruit Chan. More Than Skin Deep, newly edited interview with Dumpling star Bai Ling. And making of features and trailers for 3 Extremes and the feature-length version of Dumplings, which is a great addition. This is something that I am interested in. Like I said, I hadn't seen 3 Extremes I like a lot, so I would be interested in picking that up. Next up, we have The Return of the Living Dead Limited Edition 4K UHD. Taking the genre that George A. Romero invented and turning it on its head, Alien screenwriter Dan O'Bannon made his directorial debut with one of the most beloved horror comedies of the 80s, the instant zombie classic, The Return of the Living Dead. Freddy is on his first day of work at the Uneda Medical Supply Warehouse, where his co-worker Frank decides to show off the airtight canisters filled with human remains in the basement, lost by the military long ago. One of the canisters unexpectedly leaks a poison gas and sets into motion a full-scale uprising of the undead, against which warehouse boss Burt Mortician Ernie and Freddy's punker friends may be the last defence if the zombies don't eat their brains first. We have a reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork, perfect bound collector's booklet, double-sided poster. We have a 4K restoration from the original negative. So I'm assuming Arrow hasn't done this one, probably from the screen disc. We have a UHD Blu-ray presentation in Dolby Vision, lossless mono audio 5.1, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, commentary by Dan O'Bannon and William Stout. We have a second commentary by Stout and actors. We have a third commentary by actors Tom Matthews and John Philbin. We have a fourth commentary by fans and filmmakers Gary Smart and Chris Griffiths. The Origins of the Living Dead, an archival interview with author John Russo. The Effects of the Living Dead, archive featurette. Party Time, Music of the Living Dead, a featurette. Horror's Hallowed Grounds, an archive tour of the locations. The Dead Have Risen, an archival featurette. Designing the Dead, another archival featurette. Decade of Darkness, another archival featurette. deleted scenes from a VHS work print, theatrical trailers, and TV spots. Disc 2 has more brains on it. It's a high-def Blu-ray presentation of the 2017 feature-length documentary about making the film. Conversation with Dan O'Bannon, the final interview, deleted scenes, Return of the Living Dead in 3 minutes. I like this film. I think it's great. It's a real surprise and is a very probable pickup. It also comes in Blu-ray as well. Next up, we have The Sadness, and this is the Arrow Store exclusive cover. And there is another cover as well, but I kind of like this one, but then I do kind of like yellow. I have seen this movie. I got the Vinegar Syndrome 4K, which was fantastic, and I have reviewed it if you want to check that out. Dragging extreme cinema, screaming it into the post-pandemic, this controversial and incredibly gory The Sadness burst into the genre scene at the tail end of the COVID epidemic, winning New Flesh Award for Best First Feature at the Fantasia International Film Festival. When a deadly virus spontaneously mutates in Taiwan, it suddenly gives rise to a fast-acting, mind-altering plague. The streets erupt into violence and depravity as those affected are driven to enact the most sadistic and ghastly acts they can think of. Amidst the carnage, a young couple, Jim and Kat, are pushed to the limits of sanity as they try to reunite across town amidst the chaos. The age of civility and order is no more. There is only the sadness. Inspired in part by Garth Ennis's brutal graphic novel Crossed, The Sadness is a vicious satire on the darkest depths of humanity and an apocalyptic powerhouse of an action-based horror film packed with incredible practical special effects guaranteed to even make the most hardened gorehound squirm. I concur. It has some incredible sequences and it's a hell of a lot of fun. We have the 4K UHD presentation in HDR, 5.1 surround sound, English subtitles, brand new interview with the director and cinematographer, 2 archival audio commentaries, 5 behind-the-scenes featurettes, colour grading comparison with colorist, 2 short films directed by the director of the film, a North American premiere introduction, reversible sleeve, and illustrated collector's booklet. Like I said, I loved this one. It was wild, a whole lot of fun, and again, you can pick this up on, that's the standard 4K there with the cover. We still get the yellow there, but I kind of like the yellow on the outside. It's novel, and it talks about some of the deaths in the film. You can kind of see going on there. Next up, we have Abel Ferrara's Miss 45. It Will Never Happen Again. From Abel Ferrara, director of The Driller Killer and King of New York, comes a terrifying revenge thriller in the tradition of Death Wish and Taxi Driver. Miss 45, aka Angel of Vengeance, will blow you away. New York, 1980, raped at gunpoint on her way home from work, mute seamstress Thana returns to the safety of her apartment, only to be assaulted again by a burglar, but this time she fights back, bludgeoning her assailant with an iron. She takes his gun and begins to dispose of the body piece by piece. Fueled by trauma, Thanon sees that sexual threat is everywhere in the city and decides to bring a .45 caliber solution to the problem. A devastating depiction of sexual violence and female rage with a stunning central performance from Zoe Lund. Miss 45 arrives on 4K HD in a brand new restoration that gives an extraordinary glimpse into the grimy glamour of New York in the 80s, with all its controversial power intact. Big release, we have a brand new 4K restoration by Arrow on the original camera negative. This is available in Dolby Vision HDR and it's HDR10 compatible. You have the mono audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, a brand new commentary by Alexandra Heller-Nicholas, author of Rape Revenge Films, A Critical Study and Cultographies. The Voice of Violence, new featurette with film critic BJ Colangio. Where Dreams Go to Die, new featurette with film critic Kat Ellinger, and then we have a bunch of archival interviews. with Abel Ferrara, with the composer, with the creative consultant. We have Zoe XO, a 2004 short film, Zoe Rising, a 2011 short film, theatrical trailer, image gallery, reversible sleeve, 60-page book, a double-sided fold-out poster. And as seems fitting, comes in Blu-ray as well. And finally, my pick of the month, simply because I absolutely love this director, In the Mouth of Madness, 4K. I am a big fan of this. I think it's the last really great Carpenter movie. Do you read Sutter Kane? He chilled our blood with the thing, brought us face to face with the devil himself and Prince of Darkness. Now master of horror, John Carpenter drives us out of minds with The Mouth of Madness, the final entry in his Apocalypse trilogy. Horror author Sutter Kane is missing. As crowds turn violent, waiting for copies of his latest book, Kane's publishers enlist insurance investigator John Trent to find him. With Kane's editor, Linda Stiles, Trent sets off in search of the elusive author and finds himself trapped in Hobbs End, a town that should only exist within the author's books, as fiction and reality blur. Trent begins to realise that between the lines beyond the page, somewhere out there in the dark, something evil is waiting to break through. Great. I'm so happy this is getting a 4K release. I've been waiting ages for it to even get a Blu-ray release here, which, funnily enough, this is the one title that isn't getting a Blu-ray release with Arrow. It's got a brand new 4K restoration from the original camera negative by Arrow Films. It's UHD Blu-ray presentation in Dolby Vision, HDR10 compatible. Original lossless 5.1 and 2.0 options. English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Archival audio commentary with Carpenter and producer Sandy King Carpenter. Archival audio commentary with director Carpenter and the director of photography. Brand new commentary by filmmakers Rebecca McKendry and Elric Kane. Making Madness, a newly filmed interview with producer Sandy King Carpenter. Do You Read Sutter Kane, a newly filmed interview with Jürgen Prochnow. Whispers in the Dark, an archival interview with actress Julie Carmen. Greg Nicotero's Things in the Basement, an archival interview with Greg Nicotero. We Are What He Writes, a new featurette in praise of Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. Reality is Not What It Used to Be, a new appreciation by Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. Horror's Hallowed Grounds, an archival featurette looking at the locations used in the film. Home movies from Hobbs End, behind-the-scenes footage. The Making of In the Mouth of Madness, a vintage featurette. Theatrical trailer, reversible sleeve, double-sided fold-out poster, and a perfectly bound book. Fantastic. I love that. It's such a trippy movie. It's got great images, and it's that, like I said, the last great Carpenter film. This is October's new releases. We have The Sadness on 4K, which is 4K only as well. Two variations. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's fantastic and well worth picking up. The Return of the Living Dead is a cult classic film and is one that I would really like to pick up. But there's other more important things this month. We have Mouse 45, which has been decades since I've seen that, and I would really like to pick that up at some point. Spawn, thankfully, I'm not overly interested. I may check out if it appears on Arrow Player, just for nostalgia kicks. There is a steelbook of Trick or Treat. Then we have 3 and 3 Extremes. And finally, the biggie, In the Mouth of Madness. That's my thoughts on these films, these announcements, things that are coming out in October. I think it's the best month Arrow have had in the longest time. There is so much to get there. There are things probably can't. I would like to get Miss 45, Return of the Living Dead. I will definitely get In the Mouth of Madness, and we'll see where the standings are on everything else. I would love to know your thoughts. What do you think? Is this an exciting announcement for you? Has this made you go, wow, my bank account is going to get a shock. Well, let me know in the comment box below what your standout release is, what you're intending to pick up. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and ManVFilm.com. More ways in which you can support me. And you know what? There is a rumour that Arrow are releasing Salem's Lot, which I kind of want to revisit, and I'm glad it's not this month. It's not made the October month, but it might make it easier to pick up further down the line. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.